Good afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Howdy, I'm Johnny Millwater. Welcome to Johnny Millwater's Happy Place. It's the show where I sit here and I do things I enjoy doing. I like talking to people. I like reading poetry and whatnot, and I like singing songs. So that's what we'll be doing. Hello already. We got our first guest. I think a first time here is Stephanie, who's my sister, and I'm very happy to see you. It's been a long time. I hope you're doing well. Let me show you how it works. Come on over here. Wrong button. There we go. Pretty simple. I sit here, and over there, whatever you type shows up in the chat. Right there it says, love you, little brother, and that feels amazing. Love you too, big sister. Thanks for coming. So if there's nobody in the chat, there's nobody watching, which is very common. A lot of this is just for me. I have a thing, the wheel. I spin the wheel, and it tells me what to do next. But since we just got started, I'll bring you up to speed. Let's see. Last time we talked, it's been a long, long time. How about this? I'm semi-retired from stand-up comedy. I'm off the cruise ships entirely since the pandemic. I'm home with my family. I have my son, Orion, who is now 13, and my daughter, Charlotte, who is 9. They're both amazing. Debbie and I are still married. Let's see. She's working full-time as a nurse, and I am pretty much unemployed. I'm with the kids all day. I'm wearing a suit today because I'm doing a show tonight here at the Comedy Zone. I record these at the Comedy Zone in Charlotte because the room's empty on Sunday mornings, and they let me use it. So right behind this green screen, there's the comedy stage. I'll be performing there tonight. I have things going here all day, so I don't have time to go home and change, so you get the suit on today's show. I think that's pretty much the whole deal. I'm opening for TK Kirkland. I'll tell you all about that a little bit later. But first, let me show you how the wheel works. You can see we got a whole lot of things on the wheel. Now the wheel's fun, but hey, if you have any preferences, if you would like some wisdom or some monologues, or want me to talk about my feelings, something like that, Shakespeare, all of these things are available by request. All you have to do is ask in the chat, and I'll be happy to do it. But if nobody asks, here we go. We spin the wheel, and that'll tell me what fun thing I'm doing next. All right, we're going to start by singing a song. Let's go on the stage. I've been wanting to sing this song for a while. I love this song. This just came out 2 weeks ago. My favorite band, the Bare Naked Ladies, I believe it's also a big fan. Our sister Kim is also a big fan of the Bare Naked Ladies. And they just put out a new album, and they have a song on it that I absolutely adore. I can't use the karaoke track for legal reasons, but I can sing it a cappella, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. 1 minute we're here, the next one we're not. The clock is ticking, better use what you've got. It's Armageddon and we're getting it on because the world could end before the end of this song. There'll be darker days, there'll be hell to pay, but until then just keep breathing and loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We'll take it high, we take it low. We'll ride this roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's really nice. We're loving life. Oh, la, la, love it. So, la, la, love it. Sing along. So, la, la, love it. So, la, la, love it. We're loving life. So, la, la, love it. 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 We're loving life. I got some money and I bought some regrets. There'll be fender benders on the road to success. You've got your problems, and I know I've got mine. And the grass is looking greener till you realize on the best of days there'll be joy and pain. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's even sweeter than a watermelon slice. We'll take it high. We'll take it low. We'll ride that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's really nice. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We get one shot living on this rock. Don't need a postdoc to keep up with this plot. 'Cause we're all taught that it's so fraught. What if we just got to the mic drop? We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We take it high. We take it low. We ride this roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we're gonna love it twice. It's pretty nice. We're loving life, so la la love it, so la la love it. We're loving life, so la la love it, so la la love it. We're loving life, so la la love it, so la la love it. We're loving life, so la la love it, so la la love it. Can't be defensive or on the attack. You gotta love it if it's gonna love you back. Can't be defensive or on the attack. You got to love it if it's gonna love you back. Thank you. Oh, let's go back to the chat. Stephanie was nice enough to say to me that I look nice. Thank you very much. That's entirely an illusion created by the suit and the and the lighting. I've never been in worse shape, and I feel kind of as I often do, but it's very nice of you to say. You really can't go wrong with a suit. That's why I love it. You just, no matter what kind of state of mind you're in, you throw a suit on and you look like you're together. It's the illusion of togetherness that I'm thriving for. So thanks for being suckered in. Kidding. Yeah, well, that's all the chat we have. Let's spin the wheel some more. Here we go. Monologues. I love doing monologues. So let us go back to the theater, and we'll be doing either a comedy or a dramatic monologue, depending on my mood at the moment when I find it. First, I got to find my monologue list. It'll take me just a moment. Please bear with me as I find my list of comedic and serious monologues. Let us do something short. This is from a show I just saw last week. It's called, let's see, I forgot to write down the name of it. Oh, it's from Fall of the House of Usher. And this is entitled, When Life Gives You Lemons. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade? No. First, you roll out a multimedia campaign to convince people lemons are incredibly scarce, which only works if you stockpile lemons. Control the media. Control the supply, then a media blitz. Lemon is the only way to say I love you. The must-have accessory for engagements or anniversaries. Roses are out. Lemons are in. Billboards that say she won't have sex with you unless she got lemons. You cut the beers in on it. Limited edition lemon bracelets. Yellow diamond called lemon drops. You get Apple to call their new operating system OS Lemon. Little accent over the O. You charge 40% more for organic lemons, 50% more for conflict-free lemons. You pack the Capitol with lemon lobbyists. You get a Kardashian to suck a lemon wedge in a leaked sex tape. Timothy Chalamet wears lemon shoes at Cannes. Get a hashtag campaign. Something isn't cool or tight or awesome anymore. No, it's lemon. Did you see that movie? Did you see that concert? It was effing lemon. Billie Eilish, oh my God, hashtag lemon. You get Dr. Oz to accompany you to recommend 4 lemons a day and a lemon suppository supplement to get rid of toxins, because there's nothing scarier than toxins. Then you patent the seeds. You write a line of genetic code that makes the lemons look just a little more like tits. And you get a gene patent for tit lemon DNA sequence. You cross-pollinate. You get those seeds circulating in the wild, and then you sue the farmer for copyright infringement when that genetic code shows up on their land. Sit back, rake in millions, and then, when you're done, and you've sold your lempire for a few $1 billion, then, and only then, do you make some fucking lemonade. Sorry about the language. I should have given you a heads up. Adopted mom says I have a nice... Well, it's very nice. Is your adopted mom there with you? That's the whole thing. This is my nice voice is the whole thing. That's all I do on here is I just practice the nice voice, hoping to get voiceover work someday. Let's go back to the chat. So where are you living nowadays, Stephanie? Are you still in Florida? We haven't really caught up so much. I'm still in Charlotte, North Carolina. I know Kim's still in Columbia. Andy's down in Tampa with my dad. He watches on occasion. Dad shows up here usually, and Andy every now and then. So if you stick around, you'll see them in the chat. How are you? How's the kids? How's everybody? Bring me up to speed if you can. It may take a minute. There's a bit of a lag, and I know it's frustrating. So what I like to do is I'll ask questions, then I'll go to the wheel, and then when I come back, you'll have written a lot. The more you write, the better it'll be for me. So, and don't worry about running out of space, because I can always make it show up like this. Huh? Look at that. Make it pop up. I have the technology for that now. All right, then. So let's spin the wheel again. Try out that nice voice. See if we can find something more fun. To the wheel. Yay! All right, time for a poem. Let's head to the Poetry Corner. Headphones on, everybody. I like to use the fancy voice for the poems. Yes, that's right, the fancy voice. Let's keep it nice and simple and do something fun. This is The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh somewhere, ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. Fun. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, this is exciting. Wait, oh, yeah. More, take more. So happy to see it. I'll be right back. Monologue. All right, let's head on down and do a monologue. Wow, it's all theater so far. And after this monologue, we'll be catching up. All right, with my sister. Nope, that's songs. It's a tricky setup I have here. It's just me and my laptop, so please forgive me as it takes a moment for me to find the monologues. Oh, this is embarrassing. I can tell you a joke while we're waiting here. It's a classic, and it's clean. What do you call a fish with no eyes? Psh! It's even funnier on the big microphone. Okay, everybody knows that one. Oh, come on, what is going on with this? There it is. All right, let's do... try to find something cleaner for you. Nope. Yeah, here we go. Let's do There's Something Wrong with This Country. This is from V for Vendetta. Today is, of course, the 5th of November. If you're a fan of the film and of English culture, you may know the poem. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I can think of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. That's not the monologue. Oh, no. Adobe Flash just updated, and I lost the monologues. It's going to take another 27 minutes. Okay, that's stories. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Nope, songs. Poems. Oh, this is ridiculous. There we go. There's Something Wrong with This Country from V for Vendetta. Good evening, London. Allow me first to apologize for this interruption. I do, like many of you, appreciate the comforts of everyday routine, the security of the familiar, the tranquility of repetition. I enjoy them as much as the next bloke. But in the spirit of commemoration, thereby those important events of the past usually associated with someone's death or the end of some awful bloody struggle, a celebration of a nice holiday, I thought we could mark this November the 5th, a day that is sadly no longer remembered, by taking some time out of our daily lives to sit down and have a little chat. There are, of course, those of you who do not want us to speak. I suspect even now orders are being shouted into telephones, and men with guns will soon be on their way. Why? Because while the truncheon may be used in lieu of conversation, words will always retain their power. Words offer the means to meaning, and for those who will listen, the enunciation of truth. And the truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country, isn't there? Cruelty and injustice, intolerance and oppression. And where once you had the freedom to object, to think and to speak as you saw fit, you now have censors and systems of surveillance coercing your conformity and soliciting your submission. How did this happen? Who's to blame? Well, certainly there are those who are more responsible than others, and they will be held accountable. But again, truth be told, if you're looking for the guilty, you need only look into a mirror. I know why you did it. I know you were afraid. Who wouldn't be? War, terror, disease, there were a myriad of problems which conspired to corrupt your reason and rob you of your common sense. Fear got the best of you, and in your panic, you turned to the now High Chancellor, Adam Sutler. He promised you order. He promised you peace, and all he demanded in return was your silent, obedient consent. Last night I sought to end that silence. Last night I destroyed the Old Bailey to remind this country of what it has forgotten. More than 400 years ago, a great citizen wished to embed the 5th of November in our memories forever. His hope was to remind the world that fairness, justice, and freedom are more than words. They are perspectives. So if you've seen nothing, if the crimes of this government remain unknown to you, then I would suggest you allow the 5th of November to pass unmarked. But if you see what I see, and you feel as I feel, and you would seek as I seek, then I ask you to stand beside me 1 year from today, outside the gates of Parliament, and together we shall give them a 5th of November that shall never, ever be forgot. That's a good movie. I like that one. That was fun. All right, let's go to the chat chalet, see what's up. Stephanie's been helping out so much. This is wonderful. All right. Said yes. First thing she said, let's just go step by step and talk it all out. This is fun. First of all, she's in Kentucky. I love Kentucky. One of my favorite people in the world is a guy named Mark Klein. He's a comedian and one of my biggest influences and a mentor to me. He's in Louisville, Kentucky. He's raising racehorses now. I'm also a big fan of bourbon. So that all works out great. Louisville's lovely. Let's see. Down here, Louisville, Kentucky. We talked about them. Good bats, right? Let's see. Stephanie says things are going great. Callie has 2 kids already. Callie, of course, is Stephanie's daughter. Wow. I hope I get to be a grandparent someday. That's got to be amazing. Are they nearby? Are they places where you can visit? I'm always curious. Now, she says here that she loves her life and loves her job, which is even better, and life is good. Can't do much better than that. I heard a very wise man say, and it kind of changed my life when he did, if you have work you love and a family that loves you, the game is over. You won. I thought that took a lot of the pressure off. Here's some more from Stephanie. Stephanie said that I would be great at reading audiobooks. I would love to do that. I'm very much trying to train my voice to do that for a living in the coming years. That's one of the points of doing this whole thing. So thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for being encouraging. I really appreciate that. And Stephanie also says, go with what you got. You got to live, words to live by. And, this is a little bit trucky. There we go. Audiobooks, we said that. Oh, it does not have to be clean. Well, I appreciate that. Your flexibility does you credit. I was just trying to be respectful. I got a lot of George Carlin and stuff in because Dad loves George Carlin and a lot of F words and whatnot. But to be honest with you, I'm leaning towards clean. I'm working this week at the Comedy Club. I'm opening for a guy named T.K. Kirkland. He is the filthiest mamma jamma I ever seen in my life. This dude, I kept track. And in a 5-minute period, he had 17 N-words, 12 MFs, and I believe it was 8 Bs, hard Bs. It's rough. It's rough. So I'm leaning clean today, see how it goes. The kids are 45 minutes away. Nice. Close, but not too close. It's the sweet spot. Glad to hear it. Wonderful. Stephanie, thank you so much for giving me so much to talk about. Thanks for bringing me up to speed. Feel free to type anything else you want. I really, really appreciate it. I can't tell if you don't want to hear. I don't have the number of viewers on the screen for me to see because it just bums me out. So stick around as long as you can. Hope you're having fun. If you have any requests, just type. Let's go back to the wheel. Share what you can request. If you have a favorite poem or something, I'll look it up. I do that for Kim all the time. Here we go. like to do the same thing twice in a row. You know what I mean? Let's try it again. Oh. There we go. Let's get rid of business. Song! Wonderful. Let's see if we can't find something else cheerful. Let's go to the campfire for this song. Do an old country tune. Here, I'm going to sing you my favorite song from memory. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm going to be a diamond someday. I'm going to roll and roll till I'm so blue. Perfect. I'm going to put a smile on everybody's face. I'm gonna kneel and pray every day, lest I should become faint along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal now, Lord, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna learn the right words to talk. I'm gonna search and find a better way to walk. I'm gonna spit and polish my old rough-edged self, till I get rid of every single flaw. I'm gonna be the world's best friend. I'm gonna go around shaking everybody's hand. I'm gonna be the cotton-picking rage of the age. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Old Chunk of Coal by Billy Joe Shaver. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, Roses and Thorns. This is fun. Let's go back to the chat. This is interactive, so warm up your keyboard strikes. Roses and Thorns is a tradition that we have at my dinner table, that when the family's all sitting together, we're trying to find something fun to talk about. We talk about our roses and thorns for the day or perhaps for the week if we haven't talked to each other for a while. Your roses, of course, are the good things that happened to you, the things that stood out that brought you joy, and the thorns are the things that were a little bit harder to deal with. For me this week, let's see, the roses and the thorns. The roses, I got to perform a whole bunch of shows, like I said. I'm opening for TK Kirkland, who is absolutely filthy. I haven't even met him yet. It's the first time I've ever opened for somebody, and I haven't shaken my hand before the show. But he's got his own thing going, and his audience is lovely, and they like me just fine. And I'm there with a friend, Joy Wills. She's the opening act, so that's a rose. Guy being kind of a jerk and freaking me out is kind of a thorn, but not much. I finished Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm still going to play it for another 250 hours probably, but I beat the story mode, so that's a rose. Let's see. Thorn, I spent way too much time playing video games, and my house is filthy. Halloween, how about that? It was 13. It was our very first Halloween where I did not go trick-or-treating with the kids because Orion has retired from trick-or-treating. He is now 13 years old, and he is now a candy deliverer rather than a candy receiver. So we stayed home and watched The Shining together, and that was a rose. I enjoyed that very much. And we had one trick-or-treater, and that was a rose too. And I ate way too much of the candy, and that was a thorn. So what are your roses and thorns? Do rose, colon, and your rose. Thorn, colon, and your thorn. I'll be back to read it in just a second. But until then, let's spin the wheel. Here we go. Zen Cohen. Oh, this is exciting. Stephanie, we have been working our way through the wisdom of Zen Cohen's, which is short stories that are used. You know what? Let me take you to the room real quick. That's also at the campfire. There we go. Zen koans are short, informative short stories that are used to teach Japanese Zen Buddhism. I'm interested in it. Certainly not devout, but I'm always trying to learn something. So I've been reading these, and I actually made it successfully through 100 Zen koans. So I've started a second list. I found some more, and this is the new one. This is Zen koan number 1, a cup of tea. Nanin, a Japanese master during the Meiji era from 1868 to 1912, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nanin served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full and then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he could no longer restrain himself. "It is overfull. No more will go in." "Like this cup," Nanin said, "you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup. Yeah. Let's spin the wheel. Oh my goodness gracious. Hold on. Hold on. Chat chalet. This is marvelous. I am very, very excited. Okay, so we got the rose. Stephanie said that she got to talk to me. Oh, that's so sweet. It has been a really, really long time since we've hung out with each other. And the thorns is my house needs help. It's messy. I don't know what it is about cleaning, man. I just don't have it in me genetically. It's terrible at my house, too. So don't beat yourself up too much. Get some candles. Everything will be fine. Here's something exciting. A first-time visitor here on the chat. It's Stuart, everybody. I'm even going to tell you his last name because he happens to be a public figure. This is Stuart Snodgrass. He is one of my favorite professional wrestlers in the world, and he recently performed in a show with me, Johnny Millwater Presents 4, at the beautiful Booth Playhouse. It was very, very funny, and is the star of the viral video, Usher Destroys Heckler. Anyway, he's fantastic. I absolutely love him. And he's kind of my hero because I found out he's kind of the same age as me. He looks vaguely like me. Like, he doesn't look like a wrestler. He's very strong, but it's secret. It's not like, meh. And he's kind of my hero. It's the first time I've understood how representation matters because I've never seen any, kind of. Anyway, I think you're awesome, and I'm so glad you're watching. This show is very, very simple. This is just where I practice my vocal stuff. Oh, wait, Shayna's here, too. Hold on. Let me say hi to Shayna. This is great. Type up anything you want, okay? Anything you want in the chat. Ask questions. That's what we do here. This is great. Thanks for coming, Stu. I miss you, man. I wanted to see you fight against Mason, but my son won't come to that outfit down there that you're with nowadays, so I got to find somebody else to come with me because I love your work, and I can't wait to see it again. Shayna's here. Yay. Shayna says her rose. I had a great turnout for a Halloween show. Fantastic. Shayna is an amazing entertainer. She is sort of like a crowd participation expert and does trivias and music bingo and everything that terrifies me. All the crowd participation stuff that I just can't be a part of because I'm just freaked out by it completely. That's what she does for a living. That's how cool she is. She still makes time to go out and see other people's shows too. Shayna's the coolest. Now, Shayna said her rose was a great turnout at the Halloween show, but not a single person showed up to the show after Halloween. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's how it works sometimes. Halloween's tricky. Everybody's got a shorter and shorter social battery. I know how that goes. Yeah, last week I didn't do this show because I have a writer's workshop that I do right after this with newer comics, and nobody was scheduled to show up. Nobody RSVP'd, so I didn't want to sit here all by myself the whole day, so I just canceled it. I'm really sorry to hear that you didn't get the numbers you were looking for, but I hope you still had fun, and I'm really glad you had a great Halloween show. All right, that's wonderful. That's how it works. Type something in the chat. I'll be back. I'm going to spin the wheel. And remember, anything you see on the wheel can be requested, free of charge. This is for fun. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, one more thing. I think Stuart's on his way out. You're welcome for the kind words. Thanks for being my hero. Keep on killing. I love you, champ. And I hope to see you soon. We got to sit down and have lunch sometime. I really want to pick your brain. All right, buddy. Take care. Here comes the wheel. Hi, Shayna. Poem. Oh, good. I love those. Let's go to the poetry corner. Headphones on. All right. We're here at the poetry corner. Let's see what's up next. Let's do The Second Coming. It's kind of a dark one, but I'm in kind of a dark mood. This is The Second Coming by William. This is The Second Coming by William Butler Yeats. Turning and turning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things fall apart. The center cannot hold. Mere anarchy is loosed upon the world. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. The best lack all conviction, while the worst are full of passionate intensity. Surely some revelation is at hand. Surely the second coming is at hand. The second coming hardly of those words when a vast image of the Spiritus Mundi troubles my sight. Somewhere in the sands of the desert, a shape with lion body and the head of a man, a gaze blank and pitiless as the sun is moving its slow thighs, while all about it real shadows of the indignant desert birds. The darkness drops again, but now I know that 20 centuries of stony sleep were vexed to nightmare by a rocking cradle. And what rough beast, its hour come round at last, slouches toward Bethlehem to be born. Not cheerful, but great poem. Let's go back to the chat. Shana, thanks for the kind words. Shana, thanks for the kind words. Truly my pleasure, Shana. I'm a big fan of yours. Always have been. Well, there was a brief period when I wasn't, but I think you're a wonderful lady. And I sincerely hope that you continue living your best life the way you want to live it. And I find you to be an inspiration. Truly my pleasure. Wow, lots of inspirations here today. That is so cool. All right. Nothing new after that, so let's spin the wheel some more. Wheel. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like the wheel is broken, folks. This is a first. Yes, the wheel will not spin. It's up to me. I'm picking Shakespeare. Here we go. As many of you know, we've been making our way through the Shakespeare sonnets. He wrote over 130 of them. We are currently on sonnet number 135. How about that? All right. Sonnet 135 by William Shakespeare. Two loves I have of comfort and despair, which like two spirits do suggest me still. The better angel is a man, right fair. The worser spirit a woman, colored ill. To win me soon to hell, my female evil tempteth my better angel from my side, and would corrupt my saint to be a devil, wooing his purity with her foul pride. And whether that my angel he turned away suspect I may, but not directly tell, but being both from me, both to each friend, I guess one angel is in another's hell. Yet this shall I never know, but live in doubt till my bad angel fire my good one out. You know how you feel, man. I know how you feel. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ask me anything. Oh, this is fun. Let's go to the chat. We have an open Ask Me Anything policy in general. Anything you want to ask at any time, you type it in the chat. And the next time I come back to the chat, I will answer it. But if you have any questions, if there's anything you want to know about, anything on your mind, type it in the chat. And I'll be right back to answer your questions or ask anything you want about me. All right. If you don't have anything to ask about me, that's okay too. I don't blind you. Man, usually I don't have this problem stumbling over my words when I do my vocal exercise. I'm having trouble speaking normally today. Ask me anything. Oh, they know. They know they can ask me anything. Thank you, the wheel. Oh, there's Shakespeare. Yeah, we just did that. Poem. All right. We'll do a poem. And then I saw... Yeah, it's a poem. Let's do a poem. Do something a little bit more cheerful than last time. Earphones on. There it is right there. That's the shot. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Let's do Shel Silverstein, because I happen to know that Shana loves Shel. This is the silver fish. This is the one I actually did. I was telling you a couple weeks ago about how I got turned on to Shel Silverstein, and I performed this piece on stage at the University of Tampa. When I was 15, 16, something like that. The Silver Fish by Shel Silverstein. While fishing in the Blue Lagoon, I caught a lovely silver fish, and he spoke to me. "My boy," quoth he, "please set me free, and I'll grant your wish. A kingdom of wisdom, a palace of gold, or all the goodies your fancies can hold." So I said, "Okay," and I threw him free, and he swam away, and he laughed at me, whispering my foolish wish into a silent sea. Today I caught that fish again, that lovely prince of fishes, and once again he offered me, if only I would set him free, any one of a number of wonderful wishes. He was delicious. You can't do much better than that. Let's go to the chat. Oh, this is nice. Let's see what it says here. Oh, I feel the same about you. Oh, thank you, Shana. Including that brief time when we weren't fans of each other. I heart Shel Silverstein, too. That brief time that we weren't fans of each other, I'm glad we moved past that. We're fans again. I really have a lot of respect for you and what you do. Thank you, Shana. Same to you. I missed that. That was nice. And right below that is Stephanie. She wants a riddle, and I shall deliver one to you in just a moment. And right below that, Shana says, "You are very talented and bring joy and laughter to many people." That is the highest possible praise. Thank you very much. And Stephanie agrees, and that's super duper nice. Okay. Stephanie wanted a riddle, so I am going to give you one right now. Let's see. I got to find the riddle list. I have one in memory. I'll give you three. The first one's very simple. The riddles are tricky because the 1 minute lag. But the first riddle is, this is something that has to be broken before you can use it. What has to be broken before you can use it? I'm going to give you one more. I'm tall when I'm young, and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? I'm tall when I'm young, and I'm short when I'm old. What am I? Also, what has to be broken before you can use it? There's some riddles for you. Let's spin the wheel. We'll come back and see if you got them right. This is fun. I heart Shel Silverstein. Oh, some more Shakespeare. And why not? I'm going to give you my favorite piece from Shakespeare. I am going to do a brief presentation from Hamlet. This is what Polonius, there it is. This is what Polonius says to his son Laertes. I call him Polly and Larry. Polly is sending his son off to college and gives him all the advice that he needs. I love this speech. I have a printout of the speech on my bathroom wall. I kid you not. I truly think that everything you need to know about being an adult is in here somewhere. This is from Hamlet, Scene 3. Polonius to Laertes, from Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 3. "Yet here, Laertes, aboard, for shame! The wind sits in the shoulder of your sail, and you are stayed for. There, my blessing with thee. And these few precepts in thy memory look thou character. Give thy thoughts no tongue, nor any unproportioned thought his act. Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those friends thou hast, and their adoption tried, grapple them to thy soul with hoops of steel, but do not dull thy palm with entertainment of each new-hatched, unfledged comrade. Beware of entrance to a quarrel, but, being in, bear it that the opposed may beware of thee. Give every man thy ear, but few thy voice. Take each man's censure, but reserve thy judgment. Costly thy habit as thy purse can buy, but not expressed in fancy. Rich, not gaudy, for the apparel oft proclaims the man. neither a borrower nor a lender be. For loan oft loses both itself and friend, and borrowing dulls the edge of husbandry. This above all, to thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night the day, thou canst not then be false to any man. There, farewell, my blessing, season this in thee. I love that one. All right, let's go back to the chat. All right, we got a lot of answers for the riddles. Let's see what we got. First up, let's see. Shel Silverstein, got it. The first guess was an egg. An egg has to be broken in order to be used. That's absolutely correct. Well done. Shayna said a pencil and a candle. Yes, a candle. A pencil is shorter. Egg is a good one. That's absolutely right. A pencil has to be broken before it could be used. That kind of makes sense. Sure. Pencils are shorter after you use them. Yes. Not the answer I'm looking for, but perfectly legitimate. Candle. Candle is exactly the right answer. So it's candle. There was no last one. That was just a little speech, I think. Candle and egg. Exactly correct. All right, let's spin the wheel. I wish I could think of more things for you guys to participate with to make it fun for the 1 minute lag. Requests, you could talk to me about stuff, anything else you could think of. Trying to make this better. Oh, a song. All right, well, let's go down to the theater then. I'm going to do a show tune from memory if I can. Hear me now, oh thou bleak and unbearable world, thou art base and debauched as can be. And a knight with his banners all bravely unfurled now hurls down his gauntlet to thee. I am I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha, my destiny calls and I go. And the wild winds of fortune shall carry me onward, for whithersoever they blow, whithersoever they blow, onward to glory I go. I'm Sancho, yes, I'm Sancho. I follow my master till the end. I'll tell all the world proudly, I'm his squire, I'm his friend. That's enough. All right. Nobody needs the whole song. Let's spin the wheel. Thought I knew the whole song. Turns out I didn't. Ooh, a story. Nah, it's a little late in the game for the story. No, you know what? Why not? Let's tell a story. Let's go back to the theater, see if we can't find a short story we like. Got a lot of funny ones. Let's do The Eyes Have It by Philip K. Dick. This is a fun short story. Sci-fi, little language fun. This is The Eyes Have It by Philip K. Dick. It was quite by accident I discovered this incredible invasion of Earth by life forms from another planet. As yet, I have not done anything about it. I can't think of anything to do. I wrote the government, and they sent back a pamphlet on the repair and maintenance of frame houses. Anyhow, the whole thing is known. I'm not the first to discover it. Maybe it's even under control. I was sitting in my easy chair, idly turning the pages of a paperback book someone had left on the bus, when I came across the reference that first put me on the trail. For a moment, I didn't respond. It took me some time even to comprehend. It seemed odd I hadn't noticed it right away. The reference was clearly to a non-human species of incredible properties, not indigenous to Earth. A species, I hasten to point out, customarily masquerading as ordinary human beings. Their disguise, however, became transparent in the face of the following observations by the author. It was at once obvious the author knew everything, and was taking it in his stride. The line, and I tremble remembering it even now, the line read, "His eyes slowly roved about the room." Vague chills assailed me. I tried to picture the eyes. Did they roll like dimes? The passages indicated not. They seemed to move through the air, not over the surface. Rather rapidly, apparently. No one in the story was surprised. That was what tipped me off. No sign of amazement at such an outrageous thing. Later, the matter was amplified. His eyes moved from person to person. There it was in a nutshell. The eyes had clearly come apart from the rest of them and were now on their own. My heart pounded and my breath choked in my windpipe. I had stumbled upon an accidental mention of a totally unfamiliar race, obviously non-terrestrial, yet the characters in the book, it was perfectly natural, which suggested they belonged to the same species. And the author? A slow suspicion burned in my mind. The author was taking it rather too easily in his stride. Evidently, he felt this was quite a usual thing. He made absolutely no attempt to conceal this knowledge. The story continued. Presently, his eyes fastened on Julia. Julia, being a lady, had at least the breeding to feel indignant. She is described as blushing and knitting her brows angrily. At this, I sighed with relief. They weren't all non-terrestrials. The narrative continues. Slowly, calmly, his eyes examined every inch of her. Great Scott! But here the girl turned and stomped off in the manner it ended. I lay back in my chair gasping with horror. My wife and family regarded me in wonder. What's wrong, dear? My wife asked. I couldn't tell her. A knowledge like this was much too much for the ordinary, run-of-the-mill person. I had to keep it to myself. Nothing, I gasped. I leaped up, I snatched the book, and I hurried out of the room. In the garage, I continued reading. There was more. Trembling, I read the next revealing passage. He put his arm around Julia. Presently, she asked him if he would remove his arm. He immediately did so with a smile. It's not said what was done with the arm after the fellow had removed it. Maybe it was left standing upright in the corner. Maybe it was thrown away. I don't care. In any case, the full meaning was there, staring me right in the face. Here was a race of creatures capable of removing portions of their own anatomy at will. Eyes, arms, and maybe more, without batting an eyelash. My knowledge of biology came in handy at this point. Obviously, they were simple beings, unicellular, some sort of primitive single-celled things, beings no more developed than starfish. Starfish can do the same thing, you know. I read on and came to this incredible revelation, tossed off coolly by the author without the faintest tremor. Outside the movie theater, we split up. Part of us went inside, and part of us to the cafe for dinner. Binary fission, obviously. Splitting in half and forming two entities, probably even lower half. Each lower half went to the cafe, it being farther, and the upper half to the movies. I read on, hands shaking. I had really stumbled onto something here. My mind reeled as I made out the passage. I'm afraid there's no doubt about it. Poor Bibney has lost his head again. Which was followed by, and Bob says he has utterly no guts. Yet Bibney got along as well as the next person. The next person, however, was just as strange. He was soon described as totally lacking in brains. There was no doubt of the thing in the next passage. Julia, whom I assumed to be the one normal person, reveals herself as also being an alien life form similar to the rest. Quite deliberately, Julia had given her heart to the young man. It didn't relate what the final disposition of the organ was, but I didn't really care. It was evident Julia had gone right on living in her usual manner like all the others in the book, without heart, arms, eyes, brains, viscera, dividing up in two when the occasion demanded without a qualm. Thereupon she gave him her hand. I sickened. The rascal now had her hand as well as her heart. I shuddered to think what he's done with them by this time. He took her arm. Not content to wait, he had to start dismantling her on his own. Flushing crimson, I slammed the book shut and leapt to my feet, but not in time to escape one last reference to those carefree bits of anatomy whose travels had originally thrown me on the track. Her eyes followed him all the way down the road and across the meadow. I rushed from the garage and back inside the warm house as if the accursed things were following me. My wife and children were playing Monopoly in the kitchen. I joined them and played with frantic fervor, brow feverish, teeth chattering. I had had enough of the thing. I want to hear no more about it. Let them come on. Let them invade Earth. I don't want to get mixed up in it. I have absolutely no stomach for it. There you go. That's a short story called The Eyes Have It. The Eyes Have It by Philip K. Dick. Let's go back to the chat. You guys are doing great. Stephanie says that I love you and I'm off to get lunch with Mom and Dad. That's very, very kind of you. I hope you enjoy your lunch and thanks for stopping by. I missed you. Hope to see you again. Stephanie says she changed your mind. I'm taking me with you. I'm good to listen to in the car. It's not bad. You know, this is all visual. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of an audio show. So, Shayna asked, do I have any shows coming up? I'm very glad you asked, Shayna. I think, I don't know when you came in. I am performing at the Comedy Zone tonight at 6 p.m. I'm opening for TK Kirkland. That's why I'm wearing this suit. Because I got my writer's table after this, and then I'm going right to the show. Next week, on next Wednesday, I'm going to be performing in South Carolina at Papa Doc's, a wonderful, wonderful restaurant named after a dictator. And I'll be performing with some of my favorite people, Paul Platt, Christine McLennan. We're all big Christine fans here, I know. Paul Platt's brilliant. Kevin Duffy's the coolest. Bob Meyer's going to be there. Nobody's like him. And and Neandre's going to be there. He's one of the hottest rising comics in town. So that'll be a great show. I think you should come and see that. You should come and see the show tonight because I think you'll hate the headliner and you'll enjoy me. So that'll be fun. And then the week after that, on the 14th, I am taping my open bar special. I'm taping my half-hour open bar special, doing some stand-up comedy. I think I'm going to call it Mostly Joking. You heard it here first because I just thought of it the other day. Mostly Joking, pretty simple. And I'll be taping that in Sarasota, Florida at McCurdy's Comedy Club. And I sincerely hope it goes great. I've never played there before, and I'm very excited. I'm also going to get to go visit my dad and your dad, Stephanie. We'll be back in Tampa to see Andy and everybody for a couple days next week. So that's what's coming up with me. How about you, Shandy? You got shows coming up? You want to practice plugging? I like plugging. It's fun for me. All right, let's spin the wheel. Monologue. Well, let's do some comedy then. I haven't done a comedy monologue yet. To the theater. Let's do something from the kids in the hall. I want to do Bad Doctor. Since I have the suit on, I can do Bad Doctor. Dave Foley is my favorite kid in the hall. It's a TV show in the 90s. If you don't know, it's a sketch comedy show from Canada. Or at least it was from Canadians. I believe the show itself was broadcast in New York City. Let's see. Let's see if we can find it. We got Jaws, Place of Sorrows, Library Police, Fatal Beatings. If I Were a More Adaptable Primate, Nitwit School, Place for My Stuff, Sheriff of the County. Oh, these are all so good. But let's see. Good Attitude. There it is. Bad Doctor. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. Something's gone wrong. Oh, no. It's all in the wrong color. All right, forget it. Forget it. Forget it. We're doing Preacher Character by Mark McKinney. This is Preacher Character by Mark McKinney. What weighs more, the Bible or the Bhagavad Gita? Well, worldly scholars and scientists have known for some time that the Bible outweighs the Bhagavad Gita, here by 1 pound to 1.5 pounds. Sometimes outweighs the Talmud, sometimes by 3 to 4 pounds. Outweighs that mighty Quran, sometimes by 5 to 10 pounds. You think about that. Every comedian has a preacher character. Every comedian uses the preacher character as a reliable, solid comedy device. And why not, I say? Say an ordinary line like, get off the phone, and you got nothing. Say it as your preacher character. Get off the phone, sinner, and you're halfway to a joke. All comedians use the preacher character. Now, lately, the preacher character has been under attack. Now, why is that? Well, I've been hearing some folks say that they think the preacher character is finished as a comedy vehicle. It's worn out. They're saying stuff like, I don't like that preacher character anymore. It's been done. It's passé. Get that old guy off my TV set. I don't like that preacher character. Give us something new. That old preacher character don't make me laugh anymore. That old preacher character don't make me laugh anymore. They're saying that. And who are these people? Are they out there? Are they the general TV audience? Or are they fans? Or are they writers? Or are they critics given to criticism? Because I think the time has never been more right, more propitious for the preacher character. All you got to do is look down to these southern United States, and you can see that televangelists and preachers are fast eclipsing rock and roll musicians as the drug-popping, tax-weaseling, prostitute-pumping bad boys of pop culture. It's a Bible Belt Babylon down there, and they say, we don't need that preacher character anymore. Well, I say to people like that, I like my preacher character. It gives me the now feeling. I'd like to finish with a story. I had a friend of mine in the industry, a stand-up comic who was having trouble with his preacher character. He said to me, it wasn't working. The character wasn't comic. He would go out and do the preacher character, and no one would laugh. Now, he had done this preacher character at stand-up comedy clubs. He did it at parties he attended socially. He had made a home video. And when he told me of his problems, I said, Tom, try drawing a little more. Extend your vowels. And if that doesn't work, are you sure you're funny? That shut him up. So, what weighs more, the Bible or a compilation copy of Gary Farson's Far Side cartoons? Think about it. It's by Mark McKinney. Oh, what? Let's go. Hold on. Back to the chat. Ooh, lots from Shana. Thank you. All right, let's see. Off to lunch. Change my mind. Do I have any shows coming up? And Debbie Millwater. Let's see. Is Debbie Millwater producing it? Sure? Yes, of course. Debbie Millwater is producing that show, and she is nice enough to let me have that spot so that I can iron out my set before my taping. That's right, Debbie Millwater. She doesn't put her name on the posters. She doesn't necessarily like everybody to know that she's a comedy producer, but she is, and she's a wonderful one, and I'm thrilled to be working with her. And she let me pick my openers, which is even better. So I get to work with all my favorite comics. Speaking of my favorite comics, your next question. Christine McLennan's show last week at VisArt was brilliant. I was very, very, very tempted to go. I really wanted to go, but I was a little like, I'm cool with you and I'm cool with Christine, but that third party I am still not cool with, and I don't want to see him at all. I don't think I can handle seeing him at all, so I didn't want to bother, but I wanted to go to that show. It was a great lineup, and I just want to see what Christine produced. I just love the way she thinks, and I want to see the way that she makes a show flow. So I'm hoping I can see a tape of it or we can figure something out, but she's the coolest. And she'll be at the show. Hopefully she'll bring her giant moon head. Oh, here's some more. Paul Platt and Brian Penn cracked me up. Yep, they're both brilliant. I love them both. Hey, Shana said, have you seen Christine's papier-mâché moon head? I have. I've seen photos of it on the Instagram, and of course she used it to promote the show. It looks amazing. I want to write jokes for it. It's so very, very cool. I still prefer the lobster to the moon head because I feel like it restricts her movement too much. The moon head, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. Yes, I have seen it, and I think it's cool. I wish I could show it to the folks at home. Imagine, if you will, a small woman with a moon for a head. There it is. Just a big circle, like this. There it is. I got one right here. Big circular moon, but, attached to her neck. It's cool. She had moon jokes. Pretty awesome, if you ask me. All right, let's keep this moving. Type some more stuff. Thank you, Shana. I appreciate you keeping things moving and getting involved. Let's spin the wheel. Song. Yay. Oh, I can stay with you. Thank you. All right, let's do the song, then we'll come back and talk some more. Timothy. Let's see if I can find something pretty song. Funny. Dark. Let's do a happy one. Let's do one of the cheer up ones for, let's do cheer up. What the hell? This is for Shana, because I know it's been a dark week for you and for a lot of other people. Been crazy for me too, but let's see if I can do it. Yeah, I'll put the headphones on. Why not? It's a very simple song, but it's one of my absolute favorites. It's Cheer Up by Great Big World. Cheer up, 'cause nothing really matters when you look up into outer space. It's a great big world and there's no need to cry. Cheer up, we're all interconnected to the reaches of the galaxy. And my best friend said he came from the sky. He traveled to the earth upon a pink spaceship. It's hard for him to hide behind those eyes. Cheer up, the atoms in your body are as old as every dinosaur. You're a special part of one big grand design. Cheer up, we're all in this together to discover what we're living for. 13 billion years and there's still time. Every night I wish upon the stars so bright, waiting for the others to arrive. Cheer up, 'cause nothing really matters when you look up into outer space. It's a great big world and there's no need to cry. 13 billion years and there's still time. I love that song. Let's go back to the chat. I think I just got an invitation to Louisville. Oh, man. Now it says here, oh, this is wonderful. Thank you. Let's see. I didn't even know you were there. All right, let's see what she says. Now, Stephanie says to me, she says, I need to come to the comedy club in Louisville, and I would very much like to. The comedy club in Louisville is called the Comedy Caravan, and it is one of the oldest and most prestigious comedy clubs in the country, and it was booked until recently by a very, very much beloved and quirky booker who I never really quite got in with, but he just passed away recently, so maybe the next booker will let me on there. That'd be fun, and then I get to come stay with you. Maybe I can open for... I'll go out there and see Mark Klein. That'd be nice. It's very, very kind to offer a place for me to stay. Thank you. I'd like that a lot. I miss Kentucky. Oh, and Shayna says, thank you for offering to plug my show. It combines music, bingo, trivia, Pictionary, and then I throw in all sorts of interactive contests like dancing, lip syncing, air guitar, and other wackiness. It's really a lot of fun, and there's so many different elements to the game to make it fun for everyone. That sounds like a great time if you enjoy that sort of thing. Terrifies me. Every inch of that terrifies me. It's the only reason I haven't gone. I want to support you, but I do not want to limbo. I don't want to dance. Lots of people do. And I salute them, and I think they should go. It's just scary for me. All right. Thanks, Shayna. Good practice. All right, let's spin the wheel. Whew. Looking at me while I dance. Finally, let's do some wisdom. I've gone through and collected some of my favorite wisdom from around the world. Let's do a couple of pieces of it, see if I can find it. What do you say? Let's see. First, I got to find the wisdom. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Let's do some Rumi. Here's some wisdom from Rumi. Goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes, because for those who love with heart and soul, there is no such thing as separation. That's wisdom from Rumi. Let's get a little bit more Rumi. Words are a pretext. It is the inner bond that draws one person to another, not words. That's true. One more from Rumi. There is a candle in your heart, ready to be kindled, and there is a void in your soul, ready to be filled. You feel it, don't you? That's from Rumi and from most religious figures. Let's do a couple readings from the Bible. I know Stephanie, at least, was a very big fan as a young woman. I'm not sure where she stands now. But here is, this is Proverbs 4:7 from the New Century Version of the Bible. Those who find true wisdom obtain the tools for understanding, the proper way to live, for they will have a fountain of blessing pouring into their lives. To gain the riches of wisdom is far greater than gaining the wealth of the world. As wisdom increases, a great treasure is imparted, greater than many bars of refined gold. How true that is. Let's spin the wheel. Uh-oh, hold on. There you go. That'll bother me if I come back. All right, spin the wheel. I don't like this shot. I feel too big. Like I'm giving a speech like Stalin or something. All right, enough about me. Let's spin the wheel. Another poem. Excellent. Let's do it. Headphones on. There we go. Let us find another poem. Let's do... Excuse me. Oh, I beg your pardon. Let's do... Trees. This is Trees by Joyce Kilmer. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the earth's sweet flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair, upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. Lovely. Spin the wheel. Oh, wait, hold on. There's more from Shayna. Let's go see it. It's so much more fun. Shayna, thank you for giving me something to come back to in between each piece. The show is flowing so much better. Really, really appreciate it. Now, let's see. It says here, ooh, wow, that's a lot of information there. All right, doesn't even feel. Now, I make it fun for everyone. Shayna says that she hosts her show every Tuesday at Shoals Griffins Mooresville and the first Thursday of each month at the Cabin, Lake Norman in Davidson. Very, very nice. And then on Friday, November 17th at 11 Lakes Brewing in Cornelius. I would be absolutely delighted if you were to come. It makes me so happy when people show up. Oh, it says here, Brian, did you get a notification that I mentioned your name? He must have popped in for a second. Oh, hey, hold on. Shayna says, I want to clarify something that I think is not clear. I need to figure out a way to communicate that on social media. Participants can literally sit in their chairs the whole time, just answering trivia questions and playing the music bingo portion and still win the game. Oh, it's wonderful. I prefer that for sure. But I wasn't worried about winning the game. I'm not a very competitive dude. But I just didn't want to look like a jerk when you asked for people to do fun things. And I didn't want to do the fun things. Oh, hey, there it goes. I want to clarify something, she says, and it's a common misconception. Let's see if I can find that. I want to clarify something and still win the game. Okay, that's it. Participants can stay and they're not involved in the frisbee. Okay. I didn't do a very good job. Sorry, the headphones threw me. Hearing my own voice makes me weird. But there it is. So I might come sometime. There it is. That'll be fun. Can kids come? Is it only, is it 18 and up? I don't even know. Never been to one. Glad you're making it happen, though. You ever consider working on cruise ships? Because when I was working on cruise ships, a lot of this stuff they were doing on the ships, and people really enjoy it. A lot of it's almost all crowd interaction for cruise ship people who work on ships, the entertainment hosts and whatnot. Just a thought. Let's spin the wheel. Yay, monologue. All right, let's go back to the theater. I like doing monologues. Let's see, we just did a funny one. Let's do some Norm. I really like Norm Macdonald. Let's do this piece by Roar Macdonald. This is called Systemic Racism by Norm Macdonald. Yeah, we got problems in this country, huh? Yeah. For instance, systematic racism. Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the problem. Nobody thinks they're racist. I remember I was in Portland one time, Portland, Oregon, and the driver picked me up and take me to the gig, and I got off the airplane. The driver's driving, and we're driving through the downtown Portland. And he says, we got no racists in Portland. No racism at all. And I looked around. Everybody was white, So I said to the guy, well, it's pretty easy not to be racist when everybody's white. And then the guy says to me, he says, "Oh, we got our share." I'm like, "Good Lord, we got our share." That's not right. Why are all the, well, not all, but a lot of drivers for some reason, like taxi drivers and something like that, they turn out to be racist, you know? That's what I hear a lot of because I don't drive. So I'll get in a cab and the guy will go, "Hey, you know what's wrong with this country, don't you?" And I'll go, I got an idea. What is it?" And yeah, you ever have it when the guy says it and you don't even know which race it is? Like I had a guy once, he said, "You know what a problem in this country?" And I go, "Tell me." And he goes, "Too many goddamn scuttleheads." And I was like, huh? So I looked it up in the dictionary and in Wikipedia and everywhere. I found scuttle. I found head. And I tried to put them together. I couldn't understand it. And no one, I've asked people of every race, no one has ever heard of the term scuttlehead. By the way, I would be fine if we just blamed all our problems on the scuttleheads. You know what I mean? Just make them the scapegoats. Why not? As a matter of fact, why not make the goats the scapegoats? Like in the old days. Sacrifice a goat. Make it his problem. That's the one that's at fault. It's that goat eating a tin can. There you go. Yay. All right, back. She says, "And I won't pressure you or anyone to dance if you don't want to." Well, I really appreciate you saying that. I wish there was some kind of label on the thing, because that's important information. Stephanie says to me, she says, she has to eat. I know how that goes. I'm the same way. Sometimes 2-3 times a day. It's nuts. I have to. Love you. Love you too. Thanks for coming in to visit. I'll be back next Sunday if you're interested in more, whatever this is. Here's some more from Shana. Shana says, "Those fun challenges are encouraged, but definitely not required. If you don't participate in those parts of the games, no worries. It's still fun to watch the people who do." How true that is. Well put. You should copy and paste that into something, because that's a very concise explanation of what you're trying to say. All right, let's spin the wheel. The pelican in The Little Mermaid was called Scuttles, or Seagull. Hey, I think it was a seagull. Yeah, Scuttles. Yeah. Scuttle's a word. It's just scuttlehead. I think, I'm not 100% positive, but I think he made that up. I think he made up the term scuttlehead, trying to find something that sounded racist but wasn't, and then you can call back to that forever. I like scuttlehead. I didn't put that into my life. All right, song. Let's go do another cheerful song for Shana. Let's see. Let's do a campfire song. Let's see. I have this new song by the Bare Naked Ladies. It just came out literally last week. The Bare Naked Ladies are a Canadian supergroup. They're very much like the Beatles, in my opinion. They put out fantastic music for decades. And they just put out an album last week. And they have this song, which is like my new favorite song. I listen to this song every day now. It's called Love and Life. One minute we're here, the next one we're not. One minute we're here, the next one we're not. The clock is ticking, better use what we've got. It's Armageddon and we're getting it on, because the world could end before the end of this song. There'll be darker days, there'll be hell to pay, but until then just keep breathing and loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We take it high, we take it low. We ride that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's really nice. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. I got some money and I bought some regrets. There'll be fender benders on the road to success. You've got your problems and I know I've got mine. The grass is looking greener till you realize on the best of days there'll be joy and pain. Are you feeling what I'm feeling? We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we're gonna live it twice. We're love it twice. We're loving life. It's even sweeter than a watermelon slice. We take it high, we take it low. We ride that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's really nice. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We get one shot living on this rock. Don't need a postdoc to keep up with this plot. 'Cause we're all taught that it's so fraught. What if we just got to the mic drop? We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we're gonna live it twice. We're loving life. We're loving life. It's like a pizza and we want another slice. We take it high, we take it low. We ride that roller coaster anywhere it goes. We're loving life. We're loving life. We love it so much that we want to live it twice. It's really nice. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. So la la love it. We're loving life. So la la love it. La 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 love it. Can't be defensive or on the attack. You gotta love it if it's gonna love you back. That's my favorite last line of a song since the love you take is equal to the love you make. Can't be defensive or on the attack. You gotta love it if it's gonna love you back. I'm glad we're having this conversation because it's becoming abundantly clear that I need to work on my marketing to make it more clear what my show involves. Well, I follow you on the social media, so most of the pictures I see are you smiling with people and dancing with people and standing up, and they're all doing the limbo, and it's the physical challenges. It just, you seemed like a delightful person to hang out with, but the activities I'm not crazy about. La 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 love in life, right? Don't fight it. You got to check out that song. When sung by the real people, oh man, it's just cheerful as hell. 1 week old, can't believe it. And it sounds like 100 years old, right? There's nothing topical in it. It's great. Gonna need you to sing this some other time for me. You got it. And Shayna says, when she's going through a hard time, especially. Well, that's what I'm doing it for you now. That's why I picked it. I feel like the music video needs to go along with it. I agree. I don't have a video for it. And it looked, and I looked up the video. I want to show the video here on the stream. Copyright be damned, but it's just a bunch of chubby white guys playing instruments. It's 50, 60-year-old guys who look vaguely like me rocking out, which is not fun to look at, as you could tell by watching this show. But you want to see a really good video, you should watch, I got one more. Okay. You know what? I got another one. This song makes me laugh, too. It is full of wisdom and words of inspiration, absolutely true. And I got one more for you. We're going to do one more song by the Bare Naked Ladies because I absolutely love it. Here we go. Back to the theater. This is another optimistic, perfect song. This is Looking Up by the Bare Naked Ladies. Some people want to take a high drive into a drink. Some people want to watch the world swirl into the sink. Why would you argue? Is the half glass full? It's a mess. I drank the first half. You can drink the rest. Hey! 1 foot on the pedal, 1 hand on the wheel. Don't know where I'm headed, but it starts right here. Everywhere I go is home, every town and every road, every song I've ever known carried in my bones. I feel like a lightning strike every time I rock the mic. You can join me if you like, or I'll go on my own. I'm looking up, 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 up. I'm looking up, 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 all the way up, 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 up. I'm looking up, 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 all the way. Look at me now, I think you'd find it hard to believe. Back in my yearbook, voted least likely to succeed. You go and worry about the things you can't control. I'ma see the donut, you could see the hole. Everywhere I go is home, every town and every road, every song I've ever known carried in my bones. I feel like a lightning strike every time I rock the mic. You can join me if you like, or I'll go on my own. I'm looking up, whoa, whoa. Up, up, I'm looking up, 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 all the way up, up, up. This is so much fun. Up, up, I'm looking up, 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 all the way up. Just a perfect little major key snack of a song. I love it. Let's check back in the chat. Shana said the song makes her laugh, which makes me happy every single time. Makes me laugh too. Sweet as a watermelon slice. That's just showing off. There we go. I agree. The Bare Naked Ladies. Something like 12, 13, 14 albums. You ought to go check them out. They're a whole lot more than 1 week, I'll tell you that. All right, let's go back to the wheel. See if we miss anything. Done wisdom, done a riddle, did a monologue. Haven't talked about my feelings. Roses and thorns, we already did that. Short story, ask me anything, did a poem, did a song. Haven't done a joke yet. Well, let's do a joke for crying out loud. Zen cone, we already did. Let's tell a couple jokes. Got a couple jokes picked out. To the comedy club. A woman has a heart attack, and she's lying in the hospital, and she sees God, and she says, God, am I going to die? And God says, you will not die today, and you will not die for the next 30 years. So the woman, having heard that, when she awakens, she decides to turn her life around completely. She decides she's going to live to the fullest. She gets breast implants. She gets in great shape. She dyes her hair. She gets like surgery on her face so she looks even younger, and she looks as better as she ever has. The second day, after she gets all this done, she's walking down the street, and she gets hit by a bus. And she says to God, God, you said I had 30 years. And God said, I didn't recognize you. There you go. Joke for you. Another one? All right, let's see if I got the other joke. I got listed them somewhere. Nah, forget it. Let's spin the wheel. If I think of the joke, I'll come back. Nope, too late for a story. More Shakespeare. The Shakespeare Station. See, we just did something from Hamlet, so let's do something. How about, Aaron. This is a bad guy speech from the end of Titus Andronicus. Aaron, who's a very, very bad dude, is being hanged for his crimes, and they ask him if he has any last words. And he says, even now I curse the day, and yet I think few come within the compass of my curse, wherein I did not some notorious ill as kill a man, or else devise his death, ravish a maid, or plot the way to do it, accuse some innocent, and forswear myself, set deadly enmity between friends, make poor men's cattle break their necks, set fire on barns and haystacks in the night, and bid the owners quench them with their tears. Oft have I digged up dead men from their graves and set them upright at their dear friends' doors, even when their sorrows almost were forgot, and on their skins, as on the barks of trees, have carved with my knife in Roman letters, let not your sorrow die, though I am dead. I have done 1,000 dreadful things as willingly as one would kill a fly, and nothing grieves me heartily indeed, but that I cannot do 10,000 more. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's evil. That dude's evil. Who even thinks of stuff like that? There we go. We got an LOL. And that was funny from Shana. Thank you. I'll take it. All right, we're almost out of time. Just going to spin the wheel one last time. Last chance to make a request. I just did Shakespeare. Come on. You know what? I'm calling an audible. I'm going to give you one more Shel Silverstein chunk. I really appreciate you sticking with me on the show. It's fun to spend this time with you. And I appreciate you. All right, here we go. Let us do. Even closer. There we go. Wonder if he has a long one. This is Magic by Shel Silverstein. Sandra's seen a leprechaun. Laurie's danced with wishes once. Charlie found some goblin's gold. Donald heard a mermaid sing. Susie spied an elf. But all the magic I have ever known, I've had to make myself. This is Little Pig's treat from Falling Up. Said the pig to his pop, "There's the candy shop. Oh, please, let's go inside, and I promise I won't make a kid of myself if you give me a people-back ride." Went the other way. Usually it's Piggy, but he said, Falling Up by Shel Silverstein. I tripped on my shoelace and I fell up to the rooftops, up over the town, up past the treetops, up over the mountains, up where the colors blend into the sounds. But it got me so dizzy when I looked round, I got sick to my stomach, and I threw down. That's plenty. All right, let me check one last time in the chat. Make sure there's no requests. All right, then. Time to shut it down. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Or everyone, I say everybody, I mean Shannon. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be back next Sunday if all goes well. The Sunday after that, I should have some stuff to report for my new special. Until next time, remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So love yourself first, then find somebody else to love. And then, when you're lucky, and I think you're on this, Shayna, you can love everybody. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through, just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell 'em I won't be long. You'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time. And until then, be good, but not too good. Goodbye.